my topic. Holy cow. I felt really enriched by living in India for about 4 years and being there with a great teacher to learn from him and to help him with his work of cows, taking care of cows. And a lot of people think, oh, they thought that, there was something wrong with the cow, that make it holy, it's just an animal, and it was like a superstition or whatever. But it's not when you understand the value of the body, the species, we would call that, of a living entity called cow, or they call it in India go. And when I lived there then, I would go over to, and I wore simple saris, and I was so cool, no makeup, no nothing, okay. No one ever bothered me. All the times I've ever gone to all these places, as a woman, no one's ever really bothered me. But I'm always very conscious of where I am, trust my inner guidance and all of that. So anyway, I then would brush the cows. I would wash them when needed. I would feed them. I would clean up the cow manure in the called a gosha, or we call the barn, but called gosha. And I would be there with the local people who were working for the smallest amount of money, and where they didn't speak English and I didn't speak the Hindi or the Bengali, mostly Hindi there. But we all got along and communicated very well. It was such a beautiful experience. But the cow dung, people don't realize cow dung and the cow urine. Yeah, there's some things. Everything about the cow really serves humanity. And also the balance of the real earth, the balance of the real divine earth, when we are in our own inner balance, and that balance is expressing all around us, where we are respecting, loving, meaning serving and caring for, and working for the welfare of all living entities. So the cow dung is fertilizer for growing food for humans. And it's essential when you're going, because I do gardening here, and in a very challenging area where I have to put everything in a cage because there's so many animals that want to get it. And they're so clever in getting it. You got to respect it. You see how clever these critters are. They're very intelligent and have that level of consciousness. But anyway, and appreciating all of this. So the cow dung, fertilizer. It also, with clay, actually put on walls of like almost like stucco, but it's built this way. The clay and the cow dung, it sterilizes, in a sense, purifies those walls. A beautiful color. So there are qualities. Also, the cow dung you could dry, and when it dries in these cow patties, and this is one of the things I do, is I take the dried cow dung and clarified butter and I offer it into the fire, because I have a wood stove, or outside, and into the fire. And it is an ancient Essene practice, and there were the Sadducees, the Pharisees, and the Essenes, and supposedly that the teacher of righteousness that maybe have called Jesus or such was an Essene, and they lived in harmony and balance in nature. And so the cow dung then dried is also fuel for a fire. And I had a lady that was helping me in my house in India, and she only cooked on that in her village. And so I didn't let her near the gas stove because she didn't know how to use the gas stove. She also taught me a really cool song, like Radha Rani Ki Jai, Maharani Ki Jai, Bolo Varshani Baliki Jai Jai Jai. So we would dance around. That was kind of fun. But anyway, getting back to the cow. The cow then it becomes heat. And it's also, so it has so many uses. And they're vegetarians. Okay, so then the cow urine. In India, if I got a fever or any kind of illness like that, I would go to the goshaw. People would go and go, I tell you, don't before you understand what you're talking about. I'm going to do your research, you see. And we're made to go to all kinds of things so you don't look. You don't find out what's going on. Because you go, I don't want to know about the... Really? When you become a witness or an observer, you want to know the truth. The absolute truth. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. And you can know that. And there are answers to questions. There are solutions to problems, but they don't come from the mind. They come from divine knowing and our being who we really are in every moment of now. You see. So the cow urine, I would go to the barn, the goshaw, with a bucket, and I'd catch the female cow urine. That was a trip, trying to catch it, because if you start to go, they'd stop. And you have to hide. It was great. I loved being there. It was just wonderful. Anyway, so then when I catch it, then I had to get up the nerve to drink it. And then I would. And in the morning, I would have no sign of any illness at all. Gone. Just rid of malaria, typhoid. See? So I'm telling you, that cow, the milk, the butter, the clarified butter to use with the cow dung into the fire that balances the nature spirits, you see, feeding the all, appreciating the nature. I remember being in Bali, where everyone there in their homes had an altar where they put flowers and fruit, whatever, for the nature spirits, you see. And that is appreciating all of these aspects. So the cow has so many qualities of being that are all good for us. And I drink raw cow's milk and make kefir that brings acidophilus into the stomach and tastes wonderful. Here, the key. Real pleasure is very simple. It's really just to be you. And to be you, who is that kind, loving, generous soul, who is a caretaker in that sense, working for the welfare of all. And then, wow, that's being really who we are.